Some circumstances make driving more hazardous. Adverse road and weather conditions or reduced visibility can seriously make driving difficult. To drive under these conditions, you have to be well prepared. Using foresight, drivers keep their vehicles in good working condition through regular maintenance. The electrical and brake systems working properly, tires and windshield wipers in good working order and suitable to the season, a full windshield washer tank as well as repair and first aid kits in the trunk are among the items that will help you face unfavorable circumstances. Make sure also that the lights and windows are clean at all times. Mental preparation is just as important. You should be prepared to adapt your driving to the difficult situations you may encounter.
When you're well prepared, you're less likely to panic.
If you see sand, gravel, or dead leaves on the road ahead, slow down. Glance at the rearview mirror. First, lightly slow down, then enough to have reduced speed prior to the dangerous zone. Maneuver gently. Avoid sudden steering, braking, or acceleration inputs. Return to normal speed once you're past the hazard. When you approach an unpaved road, slow down. You will thus avoid sliding on any gravel on the pavement, and your speed will be reduced once you reach the potholes that are usually found at the beginning of a dirt road. Then drive slowly and lengthen your following distance. Consequently, the cloud of dust raised by the car ahead won't affect your visibility, and any stones thrown up won't damage your car. Also, avoid driving in any ruts and perform any maneuvers smoothly. If you encounter potholes, try to avoid them by driving round or by straddling them. If not, slow down as much as possible, release the brake prior to the pothole, and roll over it. When you see a puddle or a sheet of water on the road ahead, slow down and try to evaluate its depth to see if you can drive through it. If so, grip the steering wheel firmly and drive through the water slowly. You may accelerate a little, but only to maintain speed if the water is deep.
I hate swimming.
After driving through water, check your brakes by pressing on the brake pedal. If they are wet, dry them by gently applying the brake pedal with your left foot while driving till they respond normally. If you then have to stop or slow down, start braking earlier and glance in the rearview mirror, because drivers behind you may not have checked their brakes. By anticipating the problem, you may avoid being struck from the rear before you stop. Rain is a particularly adverse weather condition because it reduces both traction and visibility. At the beginning of a shower or under light rain, the road is more slippery, especially following a hot or dry spell. The water causes the oil and dust on the pavement to float, creating an oily film that is very slippery. This will wash away as the rain continues. Usually the tires expel the water and grip the road. The majority is thrown to each side, while a thin layer passes through the treads towards the rear. When the water is too deep, you're driving too fast, or your tires are worn, the latter can't expel the water, and there's a loss of friction. Your tires then ride on a cushion of water. This is called hydroplaning. To minimize this risk, make sure that your tires are in good condition. Check for wear and inflation regularly. After heavy rain, some roads or parts of roads may be flooded. Before reaching the sheet of water, slow down and, if possible, drive in the tracks of the cars ahead of you. If, despite everything, your vehicle hydroplanes, keep cool, shift to neutral, or if you have a standard transmission, depress the clutch. Turn on the hazard lights, grip the steering wheel firmly, do not slow down or accelerate, and check the rear view mirror. Once you feel the tires regain contact with the road, brake gently, turn off the hazard lights, and drive more slowly.
You don't have to shout from the rooftops that you saw me skid. It was only a demonstration.
Beware of the wind. Not only can it cause a skid, but it can also blow your vehicle off course or cause it to overturn. Since the wind blows by fits, it can cause a swerve if you do not react immediately. To maintain control, grip the steering wheel firmly, slow down and steer gently as soon as your vehicle moves off course, even slightly. Increase your following distance and avoid driving close to vehicles on either side of you. Among the factors that affect visibility, darkness is the most common. At night, eyes must adapt to the darkness, but visual acuity is reduced and details are less visible. Moreover, your field of vision is limited by the glow of headlights. The ability to judge distance and to see contrasts are reduced. As the eyes must constantly adjust to variations in light intensity, drivers suffer greater eye strain and its harmful effects on vision. To drive safely under such conditions, make sure that the windshield, side windows, and lights are clean, and slow down. If you drive too fast, your total stopping distance will exceed the range of the headlights. This is called overdriving your headlights. Thus, you no longer have the space necessary to stop in an emergency. Increase your following distance. As a general rule, allow a larger safety margin as all maneuvers take longer and your ability to judge distance is diminished. Communicate with other road users. For example, flash the high beams prior to a curve or the crest of a hill. Adjust the ventilation to prevent the windows from fogging. Be careful of momentary blindness as a result of glare caused by a bright light or a sudden change from darkness to bright light. Avoid glare inside the vehicle. Adjust the intensity of the dash lighting. When the lights of a vehicle behind blind you in the rearview mirror, adjust it to the night position. As soon as the danger has passed, return the mirror to the day position.
Some people are dazzling as drivers only.
When blinded by oncoming headlights, don't get even. You would only increase the possibility of a collision. Instead, flash the high beams, slow down if possible, and look far ahead toward the right side of the road. Do the same thing in cases of double glare, and if you can anticipate it, close one eye before you're blinded. Finally, avoid blinding other drivers. Always use the low beams when following a vehicle, meeting an oncoming vehicle, or when driving on well-lit roads. Fog is an atmospheric condition that can drastically affect visibility. Composed of fine particles of water that diffuse light, fog appears in the form of successive clouds. It can vary from small patches to a dense cloud that can reduce visibility to zero. When approaching fog, slow down in proportion to the density. Drive slowly at a steady speed. To increase visibility, drive with low beams or fog lights, if so equipped. Activate the defroster and windshield wipers as needed. Increase your following distance and turn on your hazard lights. Tap the brake pedal before braking to communicate your intentions. Do not pass and never drive on the shoulder. If the situation gets worse, do not wait until visibility is zero before locating a safe place to stop, as far as possible from the road. If you should stop, turn on your hazard and courtesy lights, and turn off your headlights. Do not resume your trip until conditions improve considerably.